This week on the Sequoyah Scribe Newscast, we explore some of the differences between American and Chinese schools.
We follow a group of 8th grade students as they explore high school classes and career opportunities.
And in our sports segment, we take a closer look at the cheerleading and dance teams and bring you an update on Sevier's basketball season. All this and more is coming up on SSN. Good morning, Sevier Middle. My name is Gowri.
And I'm Elizabeth. Welcome to this week's episode of SSN.
China's economy is growing. It seems like almost everything we buy has been made in China. One Kingsport City Schools administrator traveled to China to find more about the schools there. Kristen and Elizabeth filed this report.
Have you ever wondered what the schools are like in China? Jim Wernke, Associate Principal of Sevier Middle School, has. Kingsport City Schools sent Wernke to Beijing for 8 days this past October for a cultural exchange. KCS is a partner of the Confucius Institute, ran by the Chinese government to spread Chinese culture in the Mandarin language. Wernke noticed some big differences between American and Chinese schools during this trip.
The schools are pretty crowded, similar to, I guess, Sevier and Robinson, both at middle school level. But their schools, in a typical class, they have between 50 and 60 students per class. And so the difference between China school and American school is that, in America we have about between 20 and 30 students to each teacher.
Chinese schools use a lot of lecture-style learning and don't usually do group work. American schools are different. Teachers
Really try to find the students' interest and try to adapt their instruction to meet every individual student the best that they can, and try to incorporate what the student's learning style.
One thing stood out to Wernke as really positive about Chinese schools.
They value education differently than we do here in America. I think it means the family's structure. They push education a little bit more than we do in America. We have a lot of opportunities here in America, whereas sometimes in China they just don't have the opportunities that we have.
Unlike American schools, Chinese schools have one test at the end of high school that determines what college the students will attend. Mr. Wernke feels that the American system is more helpful to students.
The main thing I want, especially our students, to learn is the importance of our teachers and how they try to help each student learn.
Traveling to China has helped Wernke find a new appreciation for the teachers of Sevier Middle.
We have amazing students here at Sevier, but we have amazing students that are led by amazing teachers.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Kristen and Elizabeth.
Sevier Middle School's principal, Kim Harvey, is retiring. Harvey has been the principal at Sevier for the past 2.5 years. His retirement will begin on January 1st.
The cast and crew of Sevier on a Stage have wrapped their production of A Christmas Carol. This was the 25th production of the school play at Sevier, directed by the 7th grade teacher Ken Nagel. Nagel told SSN that he picked A Christmas Carol in part because it is his favorite story.
High school planning is about to begin for many Sevier students. To prepare, 8th grade students explored some of their career choices at Dobyns-Bennett High School. Sandler and Maddie have the story.
The 8th grade student body at Sevier Middle took a trip to the Career and Technical Education Center at Dobyns-Bennett High School. So what is CTE anyway? The CTE Center gives students a chance to explore careers in their classes.
I think it's a great thing because not everyone's meant for college right out of high school. Plus it gives you opportunities and ideas for that when you graduate.
I think the CTE program at DB is a definite benefit. It allows you to get some experience in a career field that you're interested in before you actually go into that career field or spend a lot of money in college getting a degree and then maybe decide that that's not really what you want to do.
One of the popular classes at the CTE Center is Project Lead the Way.
Any kind of engineering. It could be civil, mechanical, electrical, environmental. It could also be engineering technology.
Cooking, cosmetology, engineering, and more are all opportunities available at the CTE Center. For many severe students, the CTE Center could be the first step into a lifelong career.
Marketing, because we get to go on trips and you get to learn stuff, and maybe cosmetology because it seems really fun.
Marketing, because we got to go on trips, and the animal one, because I like animals.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Maddie and Sandler.
The weather has been a real roller coaster ride over the past week. Let's check in with Gabriel for a look at your weekly weather.
December arrives, but is there any snow in the forecast? Good morning, Warriors. I'm Gabriel. This past week, temperatures have been mild. Will this trend continue this week? Right now, it's about 46 degrees in Kingsport and clear. Today, we are looking at a 40% change of showers at 1 p.m. The high temperature today will be 63 degrees. Tonight, showers will continue. The low temperature will be around 44 degrees. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. High temperatures will be dropping throughout the week, but Saturday, the high temperature will be around 53 degrees. Throughout the week, there will be a chance of rain showers. Now, let's go back to the newscast studio.
Sevier's basketball season is in full swing. Sandler is standing by with the Sevier Sports Report.
The Sevier boys and girls basketball teams have had an incredibly successful season so far. Last week, basketball fans experienced both victory and defeat when they faced off against Liberty Bell Middle School. The JV boys basketball team was unable to overcome Liberty Bell and lost with a score of 35-52. Abaya Relford and Matthew Moore scored 9 points each in the match. The varsity boys lost a nail-biter of a match with a score of 53-55. Murray Foreman scored the most points for the Warriors with 21 points. The Lady Warriors JV team also struggled against Liberty Bell Middle School and lost a hard-fought match, 26-34. The varsity girls team, however, defeated Liberty Bell 52-17 in what can only be called a blowout match. Well, one of the big controversies at Sevier Middle revolves around the cheerleading and dance teams. Gowri filed this report.
An overwhelming amount of students don't know the difference between cheerleaders and dancers.
Dance is more vibrant and active. Cheer's just like moving around, stationary.
Cheer, you do all the stuff with your arms, and dance, you just dance with music.
Cheerleaders and dancers disagree.
We do stunts, and like we cheer on the basketball, football players, and we do sidelines, like cheer on the sidelines.
We do stunts differently than the dance team because the dance teams don't do stunts, and we actually put girls in the air.
I think that dance requires probably a more disciplined approach to the movements with the music in your body in a different way than cheer does. Cheer is more, jumping and sharp movements and the stunting in the air and that sort of thing.
Cheerleaders they lead the cheers, and the dance team's more about dancing.
Though the teams have many differences, they often come together as one.
Both teams perform during football season on the sidelines, and a lot of times we'll do kind of a cheer together when the cheerleaders want to do Hey All You Warrior Fans. We'll join in and help them out.
We're together wonderfully for football and for basketball. We do cheers together, we do chants together, and it is our responsibility through basketball and through football to get the crowd going and get everybody together and pepped up for the school spirit.
It takes a special kind of person to be a cheerleader or a dancer.
You have to be really peppy, and you have to be committed to work hard.
It really takes dedication. It takes dedication, and it takes discipline, and it takes time management. We can teach you the basics, but it's up to the cheerleader to put those into practice and to be disciplined and be dedicated to make themselves better.
Reporting for SSN, this has been Gowri.
Later today, the Lady Warriors basketball team will take on TA Duggar. The game will begin at 4:30 p.m. in the Sevier Gym. The Warrior boys basketball team will be in action against Churchill tomorrow. The games will take place at Sevier and will begin at 5 p.m. Well, that's it for this week's Sevier Sports Report. Tune in next week for another sports update.
High school, college, and careers are on the mind of a lot of students at Sevier. What are their hopes and dreams? Elizabeth has the story.
Students have to think about college and careers earlier and earlier in the school career. SSN hit the halls to find out what jobs Sevier students hope to have in the future.
I want to be a marine biologist when I grow up because I really like the ocean and I love the ocean animals, and getting to work with them would be really cool.
I want to be a movie director when I grow up because it's always been an interest to me, and I love doing stuff like that, like just running around testing with a camera.
I'd like to be an engineer when I grow up. It's always because I like to take things apart and see how they work.
I want to be a graphic artist because I like computers.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher or a hairstylist. Why? Because I love to be with little kids, and then second, I love to do hair.
I want to be a lawyer because I like to argue. I want to be a baker because I love to cook and I think it's something good I'm good at.
The students of Sevier have some interesting goals. If you would like to tell us what you want to be when you grow up, tweet us with the hashtag SSN hits the halls, and your comment could be on the air next week. Let's go back to the SSN studio.
That's it for today's installment of the Sequoyah Scribe Newscast.
Next week, Elise and Alex explore the problem of Ebola in the United States.
I talked to the pre-AP students who have been busy designing and testing rockets at Sevier Middle School.
And we will take a closer look at Native American sports, mascots, and if they are offensive.
I'm Gowri.
And I'm Elizabeth. Have a great week, Sevier Middle.